Cafe Anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Wow, it's Friday evening. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're out. Oh, wait, you're not because there's a pandemic. It's 2199.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 2199. Wow, we're almost at 2200. We'll do that this weekend, hopefully. And you will have a great time watching some kind of game, possibly, where they hit each other really hard. And then there's a bunch of commercials. And people watch those and they go, I just watched a bunch of commercials. I'm an idiot.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Forcing myself to take time to watch commercials, that's pretty dumb. For a person that makes commercials
Daily
for a living
Podcast.
Oh, but Mike, they're so creative.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch them because they're so creative. No, that's okay. I've got better things to do, as the good friend of mine, Terry Clark, once said. No, she's not a friend of mine. I did do an interview with her. I know it. I just can't find it. It was eons ago. Speaking of eons ago, I'm looking at pictures from a year ago. My lovely lady friend and I, on her birthday, went up to Shasta, Mount Shasta, and it was the first time that, and the last time Basil ever experienced snow. He kind of looked around like, what is happening here? I don't think he liked it much. But I'll tell you now, I will put a podcast picture up from Shasta. I guess I was not really prepared to do today's podcast. It was a busy day. There was so much going on. I don't know what happened. I thought at first, it's going to be an easy day. You know how that is. And then all of a sudden, it's like a cascading waterfall. Everything is happening at once. But it's good to be here at Cafe Anyway. What a crazy week it's been in the world of politics and in the world.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Give me 1 second here. I had to walk across Cafe Anyway and turn on the fluorescent lights because it's too dark in here. Yes, the podcast picture is from, I think we call it Bunny Flats in Shasta. I think that's where it is. See it at MikesDailyPodcast.com. All the past podcast pictures. Let me ask you, are you a huge podcast fan? Are you like a big fan of, I don't know, the ones that talk about murders, or the ones that talk about, I guess there's pet podcasts. And here's the late, great Basil the Boxer, who went on that wonderful trip. It was the last big, huge trip we took with him. It was so much fun. If COVID-19 isn't scary enough with the flu season, there's a real possibility that we have to deal with both illnesses at the same time. This overlaps when both viruses are circulating in society together. It's what experts are calling a collision between COVID-19 and influenza. There's even the potential for people to be infected with both viruses at once. Yikes. Yet, yes, it is as bad as it sounds, but there's ways you can protect yourself and your family. Some symptoms, such as cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, headache, and fever, are similar for both viruses. This makes it harder for you and even your doctor to make a diagnosis without a test that takes a day or more to process. Until a vaccine against this new mutation of coronavirus is readily available, the best protection remains physical distancing, washing your hands for at least 20 seconds. Are you still doing that? Remember that when they started telling you to do that a year ago? And you were like, sure, I could do that. I just got to sing happy birthday. How sick are you of the song Happy Birthday at this point? Avoiding touching your mouth, nose, and eyes. I think I'm okay with not touching my eyes. It's touching my mouth. Because I like foods that require my hands and my fingers. and there's like tastiness that gets on my fingers, and you know that. And you know, some people are like just disgusted and they will not do that. They got to use fork, a spoon, utensils. They will not use their hands. They're probably smart. That's the smart way to go. As for rubbing my eyes, I guess when I'm tired, maybe, or if I can't, if something's in it. But yeah, it's hard to remember that. How successful have you been at avoiding that? So, also wearing a mask. Interestingly, those same precautions can also help prevent the transmission of the flu virus. So you're killing two birds with one stone by wearing a mask. And remember, the mask has to go over your nose. I was at a restaurant the other day, at a place, a fast food place, and I shouldn't have been there, and I got to stop going there. I'm working on it. And the guy behind the counter had the mask on his face, but it was below the nose was sticking out. The nose was out in the open. It's like, hello, that's one of the main culprits, is the stuff that comes out of your nose might infect me. Cover your whole nose and mouth. Am I into those welder masks? I don't know, man. I know the health people, like at the Kaiser, your doctor. Like my doctor, when I saw her, she had the whole welder's mask on, the plate glass thing in front of her face. Or, okay, yeah, it's plastic. And then she had that super duper mask over the mouth and nose that looks kind of like a sideways duckbill. And the whole time she's talking to me, I'm like, she's turned into Duck. She's like Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is my doctor. Another important precaution is trying to flatten the curve of both viruses so that hospitals are not overwhelmed. And so that's why you should get your annual flu shot. There's a guy I'm going to see tomorrow, a friend of mine. He is avidly against flu shots. He does not want to get the vaccination. And he does this thing where he throws out rhetorical question after rhetorical question after rhetorical question. And he asks the question in such a way that I can't answer it, either because I'm too stupid or I don't have that information at my hands, my fingertips, or it's just a question that cannot be answered. And basically he does this, he uses humor because he is afraid, because he's full of fear, and he doesn't know what's going to happen if he gets a vaccine. Am I going to be sick and get worse? Even if I might as well that's his thing. I might as well just brave it. I've gotten this far without getting the coronavirus. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I can still, because I'm still going to have to wear a mask anyway. I'll just take my chances. And then he'll get sick. And I'm telling you now, I don't think this guy's going to make it. I think he would agree with me if I said that. It wouldn't look good for him, let's just say. So we're outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. Yes. Let's see. Oh, when a vaccine against COVID-19. Yeah. When are we going to get that, by the way? Its level of effectiveness, the percentage of the population needed to achieve herd immunity, or how long it will remain effective. A year, a decade, or a lifetime. These are all questions that I am asking out of my mouth. Okay, and this was all from the Costco Connection. And Lawrence Varga, a pharmacist and a general manager of Costco pharmacy operations in Canada. Okay, not exactly a Dr. Fauci, but still, I got something out of it. I don't know about you. Hey, look, we're outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. The last show, by the way, was called Stream. Probably one of the best names I've ever had for a podcast episode, especially since my show is a stream of blah, blah, blah consciousness coming out of my mouth brain. And also because there was a picture of a stream with Coal Canyon Creek, used to be a lake there. And because we were talking about streaming, internet streaming. I used to work for a company who recently got fined a whole bunch of money because they did some stupid thing where they didn't announce. It's a little thing they got to announce on the air that they didn't do. And they got fined like crazy thousands upon thousands of dollars. So this company I used to work for, I remember the head of the company said the following. The owner of the company said to us in a mass telephone conference call. So people were starting to stream radio stations through the internet. This is before apps became prevalent. I think this was a couple of years actually before the iPhone app came out. All the apps came out on I think the iPhone wasn't even out yet. But he was saying how the word stream would never catch on for what radio stations do. Now, streaming, that sounds like something you would do in a bathroom. And we're all looking at each other like, okay. In a pro owner, rich guy. But now everybody says it. Hey, I watched streaming online, Netflix show, blah, blah, blah. So that's great. Hey, look who's here. Hello, Michael Master. It's Madame Rootabega. I like standing next to a stream. Oh, yeah, we got a nice stream coming by Cafe Anyway. It would be the Cafe Anyway stream. That's right, Michael Master. Oh, do you like rivers? Yes. Do you like lakes? Yes. Do you like the ocean? No. Do you like Lou Dobbs? She walked away. Lou Dobbs got fired by Fox.
This is Lou Dobbs, and now Money Report. Lou Dobbs. The Wuhan virus is causing people to die. It's not the coronavirus, it's the Wuhan virus.
Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, was that really Lou Dobbs just now, day?
Yeah, Lou Dobbs. Do you know that? Yes. See that wonderful, it was not, a beautiful picture of a mountain or something like that in snow and Shasta and all that. MikesDailyPodcast.com. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer, and oh my word, it will be FF episode 2200. I like two twos next to each other because I like to wear a tutu. They're so comfortable. I have never worn a tutu. I don't think I am physically able to fit into one. And my birthday has a tutu in it, so I like that. But that's the next show. You can tell me what you think about anything we covered at 336MM Daily. That's 3 plus 3 equals 6. MM is in Mike Matthews. Daily is in what this podcast has been for a couple days now. It's pretty cool. We're awesome at that. Take it away from
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!